This is Transformers Earthspark Expedition. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this is a Transformers adventure from the perspective of, well, Bumblebee. So what are we getting here? 4K resolution, 60 FPS. Does have a distinct sort of art style aesthetic to it. It is more targeted towards the younger audience. So Bumblebee is on an adventure to stop his nemesis, Mandroid, from becoming the ultimate evil cyborg. So I'm assuming this is based on more modern Transformers stuff that is targeted, like I said, towards the younger audience. I'm not really familiar with this branch of Transformers stuff, but it's kind of an interesting... sort of like a hack and, well, it's like a brawler game. I don't think you could really call it like a hack and slash, but like you can shoot, you can like smack, you can smash, there's combos, there's like a bit of an upgrade kind of like sort of card type system. It's pretty like easy going, again being for the younger audience, and you can switch and transform when you'd like to become obviously the car version of Bumblebee. So, kind of an intriguing offering, you know. We don't necessarily get a ton of Transformers games, so it's nice that we still are to some degree getting some entries and stuff like that. Then you go and you fight things. One thing that sticks out to me, Optimus Prime's voice doesn't quite feel right. But other than that, I don't know. It seems to fit in with this universe fine. You gear up to do boss battles, fight some villains, explore a few different locations. Yeah, gameplay designed for new players and experienced ones. And then there's some like upgrading systems, and yeah, it's pretty easy going. If you really want to have some fun though, there's cheats, and there's a card deck. So if you want to do some cheats like bobblehead mode, and you know, you can have some fun with it if you want to mix things up a little bit along the way if you'd like to. And you're just kind of fighting robot enemies and having an easygoing time for it. So, like I said, though, if you've got someone younger that is into this sort of styling of Transformers, I think this is kind of a good offering for that sort of perspective. It's from a publishing group that is focused more on youth-type games and whatnot, but doesn't mean you can't have a little bit of fun with this. And it actually does seem to be decently well-polished, and it does, like, to me, this looks pretty cool. I mean, it's not sort of like a really gritty looking thing, but like, you know, it does have a nice clean visual style to it. Yeah, it actually does kind of look nice for the art style that they're aiming for. I actually think this looks pretty good, and it actually seems to run pretty well, which is fantastic. Yeah, just not really super blown away with all the voice dialogue, but I guess if you like care about the characters and stuff like that that are sort of present or whatever this is based on, you might find this to be quite intriguing. So we're trying to stop Mandroid and his henchbots before they can use stuff to destroy Earth, like Cybertronian technology, and I'll take out all the, you know, Cybertronians and stuff. So this is it. So it's kind of done in like some sort of a bit of an open world type of concept sort of thing. It's intriguing, honestly, is what it is. It's really an interesting take. And then you collect the gears, and you see at the bottom there we have different items and icons. So those are kind of the things you gather, and then you're able to, you know, improve your character. So it's kind of like this Bumblebee adventure. And, I don't know, it makes sense to me. So there are some like collection type things you can do, and some boss battling scenarios. It's an interesting concept for a Transformers game because they're usually very linear, right? Like, I think if you've played your handful of Transformers games over time, they're typically very, you know, linear sort of things, and the quality always for Transformers games varies very, very greatly. But I do actually kind of like the idea here that they're actually trying to do something a little bit more unique. So I'm not, you know, I'm in the boat of like, not every game needs to be like, whoa, that was crazy. Not every game needs to be open world. I mean, you've probably, you know, if you've seen my content, you probably am aware where I'm just sort of like you know, I definitely don't feel that everything needs to be an open world game, but you know, sort of like a smaller hub open world sections and stuff. Like, I think that's actually a cool concept to explore for Transformers. And where again, I think this is more focused towards the young ones. This character's called Twitch. There's one called like hashtag. One's, is it Nightshade or something like that? As I said, I'm not familiar with like any of these characters. Like, I know Bumblebee obviously and Optimus Prime, but yeah, so there's lots of like mini games and little activities, and that's sort of the idea here. Is it's a different, it really is a different take on Transformers, and yeah, just like one thing, a lot of these challenges though, like even like tutorial wise, did feel like really quite easy. But I mean, you can, to a degree, there's like settings wise, you can scale the difficulty if you need it to be harder. But you know, like I said, this is focused towards that younger audience, so it's supposed to be a little bit more easygoing. But obviously, you can make things a lot more difficult if that's something you need to have within this one. You know, that's totally up to you and how you want to go about it. And that's where the kids games element of it comes into play. So I'm sure for like, jeez, the you know, the adult market is probably going to be like, I think a lot of people will be like, oh, this is just like a kids game, but I don't necessarily think it's too bad. Like, it's not a bad thing to have Transformers games aimed at the younger audience. I don't have any problem with that. I actually think that's a really sort of good idea. You know what I mean? Get different types of games for different types of people, especially for Transformers. But, you know, I'm also one of those people sitting here being like, it has been a long time since we've had, like, a proper, hardcore, gritty Transformers game. You know, maybe my expectations are more than meets the eye. So we need to go... Is it like racing status missions? I'm trying to think of like what our actual like first tier objective is. I guess we could go down this way to get over towards some cards and stuff, and because we got to like break down the grip that this, you know, that is beheld over this area by doing the different stuff. So we got to get on that and collect some parts and stuff along the way is ideal. And then we can return to base too if we need to. There's like the upgrade base and stuff. See, combat actually flows pretty well. Like, it actually looks pretty nice. You see the characters kind of breaking down. For a Transformers game, and especially for like a youthful Transformers game, it's honestly, it's not a bad effort at all. I actually like this. Vroom. Oh. And of course, Bumblebee is a great character to pick. Bumblebee is very well loved, especially with the younger audience, I would imagine as well. I always like Bumblebee. I would imagine others feel the same. Open the door. At least I got the sound down. Do I have a charge shot? Yeah, we've actually gone like full circle here, haven't we? So we're here. We did that. There's a card status, card collection down that way we can go do. I'm trying to think of like the different areas we need to actually get to. Mandroid's lair? I kind of feel like I took the way wrong route to actually get to where I needed to. To actually get to where I wanted to go. I actually did like a big loop back around, which is kind of funny. I'll grab that. Yeah, because we did the junkyard. Guess we probably should have grabbed that health thing in case we needed it, but not the biggest deal in the world. We'll just wrap around. That transforming sound actually just like never gets old to me. Yeah, we already like... Oh no, we didn't kill these guys because this is a different area. Because there's like these things to gather here. It's like a little extra side area. Yeah, at least they got the sounds down packed, am I right? Oh, and the menu music here is actually pretty bumpin'. I know that sounds strange, but like when it opens up, it's actually some like pretty bumpin' audio tracks going on here. But I hope I'm kind of getting the perspective across where it is like, you know, if you are getting this for someone that's like a bit younger, I think this actually like kind of fits well. And I mean, if you just want an easygoing kind of brawling sort of Transformers game as well, I mean, it's definitely along those lines. It shouldn't be anything too crazy. Yeah, because we did the gap. Yeah, we did the race here. And then we ended up doing a big circle. I guess it's almost designed as a bit of a linear pathing thing where it kind of like takes you along from area to area. Because it is so windy. Maybe we could skip around to another spot. Some aggressive. Why does it only vibrate when you land? I guess the lands are harder than the drive offs. Scaling wise feels right too, just in terms of like you are a large giant robot in the middle of a smaller space. Car full service. Well, what is over this way? So you actually get like a little bit of an excuse to go and explore around. Surprised you can't shoot out of the car. Yeah. Oh, Transformers cards to build up my collection? Do I gotta catch them all? Transformers Mon? You know, like Pokemon? Yeah. Am I supposed to like easily be able to get up here, or is this supposed to be some kind of like I solved this by getting around thing? Yeah, I think we're supposed to like open a door over there and then be able to get access to that spot. But you're also supposed to create combos, and then like I said, if you upgrade yourself while you get parts, you're more effectively able to eliminate the... I don't know if you would even call them Decepticons, right? Because they're like this crazy kind of like Mandroid sort of thing. I don't know what I'm punching. I was hoping I would like sort of float over and start punching this dude over here, but I guess not. There we go. Very generous with all the health potions too, eh? But you know me, for a Transformers game, I'm just excited always to have more Transformers games. I honestly feel like we don't get enough of them. But alas, you know, the High Moon Transformers will always be great joys. But I think if you were like, you had like a kid that was just really into Transformers, this would be a really good sort of little thing you can throw them to play, or you could play alongside with them, and it wouldn't be too bad either. One more card for my collection. Oh, I stuck on a tree. Do you guys know that we're like robots in the sky? Collect a card. It's a bit of a delayed achievement unlock, I gotta say. It's a little bit afterwards. And what do we got going on here? 3-tiered power switch. Ugh. The video game rules of 3, if you're not familiar with them. It's always 3 things to open a door. Shoot all 3 in time in order to open the target? Alright, let's get it done.
Glad I had that on hand.
So how much time do we get to do this? This is very windy. So let's see, you shoot this. Oh, and then you get 60 seconds. That probably is a more than generous time gap in order to actually get this all done. That's just another med pack. I'm actually too confident in my abilities that I don't need this many med packs. We gotta walk around here. Okay, that's way too much slowdown there, Bumblebee. You can't just do a heroic pose when you're dropping that low. But this is like a little tiny step for an Autobot, right? But that's more than easy to get done. Now there we go. The door is opened. I like that they've got sort of like a Ridge 66 kind of canyon vibe. Oh, that is actually kind of terrifying looking. It's a good giant weird robot mining thing. Alright, well let's take him out. You can tell this is serious too because the color palette has changed. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Destroy the drill, kill everything, destroy stuff, got it. Oh! Why is it like a zombie type thing? A marauder? Okay, let's take it on. Like a zombie type transformer. I wonder I can just shoot at it from a distance. Beat the defender, destroy the generators. Alright, let's get it done. How do they just teleport in here? Oh, there's another one. Okay, let's go get this one down too. I don't mind this. I kind of like this. Then again, I'm always someone that just really enjoys like kind of easygoing, like beat 'em up, hack and slash sort of things. Have always kind of been something of enjoyment to me. Oh, I guess there's another group somewhere we missed. Perhaps down here? No, that's not it. We got 2 out of 3 groups. Oh, here we go. This is it, right?
You can do this, Pete. I know. This, keep on doing it. That was a proper pick-me-up.
Probably shouldn't be spawn trapping these poor Decepticons. Well, they're not Decepticons, are they? They're... I don't know what you would call them because they're part of the Mandroid crew. I'm just not well versed with the. That's pretty well done for a cinematic too. I'm just not, like I said, I'm just not well versed with the this type of Transformers. Because you know, there's always like new generations and shows and stuff of Transformers going on, and I like the 80s, the old school Transformer stuff, and yeah, that's more of what I'm familiar with usually, right? I love my 80s Transformers toys. Maybe someday, if people are really intrigued, I'll bring out my collection. And I'm talking like the old school 80s ones, like the ones made of like metal and stuff, like that was the best Transformers. Like the new toys are cute and all, but like, yeah, they're not You're not the old school ones, that's for sure. Alright, let's go get this drill thing handled. Gotta blow up these generators and save the day as Bumblebee. As is expected. I don't know what this drill's drilling for, but it can't be drilling for good reasons. The question is, where's the other drill at? Or I guess the other part of the drill. Oh, it's up there?